Hi everyone, I hope unaendelea fiti manze wherever you're watching us from manze. Karibu sana to another edition of Urban Kale, and on set definitely I have some two amazing people manze joining us so that tuweze kupiga story au sio? Karibuni sana manze. Introduction tuanze na gentleman ama the lady.
Ladies first.
Gentlemen before ladies first.
Alright. You go. Karibu sana.
Asante. My name is Chebet Cheres. I'm a student of life, of media. I'm a media personality. I'm a communications person. Yeah, that's what I do.
Alright. Karibu sana.
Asante.
First time on set.
First time.
But thanks for reaching out, manze. You know, I had you in mind and you said I need to get this lady on set.
Thank
because
you.
I know kuna wisdom unaweza share. You know how to decipher things.
Humility, you are damaging my humility.
Karibu sana.
Asante.
And then of course, manze, for the second time running, Abu. Karibu sana Abu, manze.
Asante sana Zion. Well,
Nisha mention
Gina. So the only thing I had to passionate scholar. Just that.
Passionate scholar. Msee anachambuanga my books. This guy. Alright, karibu sana on set manze. And one thing I must admit, you know, you guys are looking awesome.
Asante.
Fresh, makafiti.
It's a weakness. Asante.
Hapa
It's a struggle.
Una
but imagine uko sawa. Mnaona aje pia mimi.
Nakala tesa.
Kofiti.
Unakapua
Azika tiba leo.
Mbona na
Maana
wewe?
sisi tuko na mabombas.
Mabomba.
So
Umejoma lakini wewe.
this is courtesy of Top Glam Collections. Mimi nilikwambia kuja nikupeleke Top Glam uende utengeneze ukasema no I got this. Pia unakafiti.
Don't worry, asante. Top Glam next time.
Yes.
Niko ndani.
But sisi tumedressiwa na Top Glam. Kila kitu yani. Alafu kiangalia nywele yangu pale manzee nini unaicheki kuna venye nimewaka. That is courtesy of
Hapa inawaka na hapa inawaka moto.
Kabisa. You are firing from the head. Okay. That's fine. Anyway, so unacheka. Anyway, yes, this is courtesy of Lux Palace. Lux Palace manzo ukiingia huko ndani ukitaka kutengenezwa nails, hair, they have some nice services. Paka full body massage. Ukienda tu kando tu hivi unasikia
Kando fulani hapo.
ulisikia fiti, ulifurahi. Sawa. Karibu sana manzi.
Asante.
By the way, we are shooting this on set, on location ndani ya Sunshine Hotel, where you can also enjoy nice services, all hotel services. Ukikuja ndani ya Sunshine, everything nice. Au sio?
Kabisa.
Haya, tuanze conversation. There's something I used to post on my WhatsApp status. You know, I think I posted things, you know, cultural stuff. Tunajua wa Kale manze, we are so much into culture, you know. There are so many things that zimepitwa na wakati, but somehow we still do not let it go. Na zile vitu we are supposed to protect kind of vitu kama languages. There's a time we're talking about vernacular languages. No one is protecting vernacular languages right now. Like, you know, guys huku niko sure hata yeye Kikale yako ni ya kuomba maji, si ndio?
Ya kizungu.
Kizungu Kale. It's because hata you say this guy hapa this guy Kale. Nice. No. So the very many things that you're supposed to be protecting, we are not. And then the things that we are supposed to let go, manze, tumazishikilia kabisa. Na mimi inanipozanga roho. Yeah, and I know it is kwa other African practices. Nini. Is it this whole story of dowry manze? Dowry. Unaambiwa you know mtoto wetu alisoma mpaka university. And I'm like, mimi nilienda juvenile. I'm approved schools, you know. Kwa hivyo nilienda university mtoto wetu lazima ng'ombe tano huku kwetu najua ni 200,000. So that's $1 million. You know? And this whole vibe of just dowry manzi, I feel like it's overtaken by events, and it is something that we need to talk about with a view of we actually are.
Okay.
No,
anyway, so you guys come in. Nani anaenda? Who goes first?
Let me jump in to this topic. So I'm on the contrary opinion of his Dowry actually. So I see is what I tend to think or know what that is more of appreciation to the parents. What parents do, they take advantage of it. For me for saying this, I mean, I think the first time I ever went for a ratio. No, let me speak of the Kikuyu context. Now, so walilipa mlango, walilipa hadi makasi ya kukata. No, that's not so.
Na kuna vile wamama wanaweza katalia mtoto lazima ucheze kama wewe.
So but anyway, so now for the challenge in sasa sisi yetu, I think it's more of ni kuumiza mtu bana. Yeah, na ng'ombe moja and then sasa tunaanza kuongea conversion ni kitu 200,000 itself. So I'm for the dowry, but if it's more of an appreciation to the parents, like, you know what, thank you, asante sana kwa kuchunga mtoto, mmemlinda akufiti place umefika. So now as an appreciation or a token for you taking care of this lady, take this. Now, but sasa what these people do, they take full advantage of it. Now they want to revenge every payment that they've ever made to this person, every glass mtu ya cheki vile wako nasema mama waganga watu hii tunaongeza kwa dawari yako. Umepaswa class tunakuja kusema hii class tunaongeza kwa hapo hivyo. So it's taking advantage of the person for the idea of now appreciation to the parents, like, you know what, thank you for taking care of these people. Leta ng'ombe moja na mbuzi moja ama you can something of that sort.
Okay. Chebet, mimi najua kuna mtu amekuja mtaani kwenu pale kacheza kama yeye ama nini. Hebu tuambie wewe at least because kuna context fulani hapo. Hebu tell us about this whole dance.
Okay. So, my little understanding of dowry is the little that I've managed to know.
Ongeza sauti.
The little that I've managed to know about dowry is that initially, from the word go, like Abu saying, it was meant to be a token of appreciation. It's never been about buying someone at all. It's never been about that. That was the initial hapo ndio ilianzia. That nimekuja na ng'ombe 2, 3, 4, nimekaa kusema asante kwa kuchunga mtoi na kwa kila kitu mmefanya. So hapa ndo tumefika na msichana wenyu, wacha twende naye. Now I have 2 things to say about that. People have flipped it, like Abu is saying. Tumekuja uni mtoto wetu sasa tunataka kupatia huyu jamaa mtoto wetu. Sasa wazazi wame twist iko sasa venye anasema. Sasa
kwa industry
business opportunity, yeah. Sasa imekuwa industry, imekuwa the thing that is making you agitated, I think, is the fact that now it's been turned into this whole circus of we're buying a human being. We cannot do that. You know, you don't own a human being. Paroa own mtoi wake. They belong to God. All of us belong to God, yeah. Okay. So let me just finish. Okay. My second point is that again, I cannot say that the parents are doing this, they're turning this into a business opportunity just out of nowhere. They've also seen if they don't itisha a lot from this guy, wanaona ujamaa tena kupesa mtoi wetu juu anadhani eti tulitisha tu ng'ombe 2. So anadhani anaweza enda kufanya chenye anadhani na mtoi wetu, yani Kenya anajisikia nayo, unaona. Okay. So parents and sometimes, so there's one side of looking at it that they've turned it into a business, but there's also this side of they're trying to protect the guy values what's happening here.
Value for money.
Okay.
Value for money.
Yeah, so there are 2 dimensions.
Okay. Before that to pick up, let's wake up pause.
Pole.
Let's go back. Me, I understand how this whole Dowry came from. One, from Kalenjin culture and most African cultures different. And in German they want to provide. It's the guy who provides. Now, before a young man got married, he had to prove in the society, in the community, the man had to prove that he can provide. And one of the things that we needed to show that, because in our Kale culture, ng'ombe is everything. Ng'ombe inakupatia maziwa na inakupatia nyama. And you know venye wakale tunapenda nyama. Like my old man he loves nyama. Ulisikia moyo alikuwa anaambia video wapi daktari. So the thing is, we love nyama. So there's a way ni kama ng'ombe was a kind of a sacred animal for us as a community. You understand?
Yeah.
So getting that animal, ukiona then watoto wanipata watoto wanaweza kula nyama, alafu unajua ng'ombe inazaa, so ikizaana inakuwa mingi, and then you're able to buy land with it, you're able now to set up a home ukiwa na ng'ombe. Now in order to get cows, back in the day kulikuwa na kitu inaitwa cattle rustling. Unaelewa? So young man ukifika miaka ya kwenda kuoa, you are supposed to go rustling. Mnaenda now and then, of course kulikuwa na target communities. For Kales, I know there were the Maasais, tulikuwa tuna nini wa Maasai na Wakisi, because they are unipata. So you would cross over to the other community, toa ng'ombe usiku, if need be waue. If you kill men, you bring their women, you don't leave their women and children, you bring them and now assimilate them into the Kale society. Exactly. Yeah, so later ukishaleta ng'ombe sasa, now the wazee and the whole society will be like, this young man has proven himself. Now he can marry. Sasa ukileta hizo ng'ombe zenye umenini, that is what you used to pay for your dowry. Unaleta hizo nini, unapeana now to this family, alafu and then you proceed. And then haiko lazima umalize. Tuseme umekuja umemanage cattle rustle, sijui ng'ombe ngapi, ng'ombe zilikuwa ng'ombe last time. So you come with like 20 cows, but of course now it has to be splitted. So maybe umebaki na ng'ombe 4-5 hivi yako. And the standard number of cows that a Kale is supposed to give is around 5. Minimum standard. Minimum that is the standard. Hata mpaka sasa. You know. So what used to happen is there was an element of wazee walikuwa wanaelewa this young man anahitaji pia kujijenga. So you are not supposed to finish dowry. Walikuwa wanasemanga, in fact in Kale there is something like you don't pay dowry umalize. You pay throughout your life. You understand?
Okay, yeah.
It is called kiame sahani yako ile. That is Kale. Sahani, you know sahani is the young man. Kiame. Kiame sahani yako ile kwa beta. Yeah, you know, I got you guys. So ukiangalia, so that was the way of life for our people. So the only way to prove yourself that you can take care of this woman and provide meaning was leta ng'ombe. Kisha leta ng'ombe, si lazima umalize. You know, in fact kulikuwa na majina, there are names of kuna hii ya kwanza, ya pili.
Karo. About them giving names to the cows.
Kulikuwa na nini fulani, lazima uanze na hii, lazima uanze na hii, lazima uanze na hii. I mean, Kales believe in even number. So ukitaka kama kuna ng'ombe zinapeana ni it will always be a 2, a 4, a 6, hivyo. Ukireduciwa it is reduced to an even number. Alafu ng'ombe mwenye ana lead, ukipeana ng'ombe zako sasa kuna ile ndogo kirikit bull ana lead the other cows as well. Alafu of course kuna nini za mama hapo, you need to appease the women, lazima wanunue masufuria, ni wazee lazima wapatie sijui manini, zimanya zile zinaitwanga in Kale ukole materia. You know this one. You need to keep the old men warm. Right? So that whole thing is in happen paka leo. Now and then pia ukiiba pita na msichana wa wenyewe, kama kuja kujitambulisha wewe nani na hujatuma wazee waongee, kulikuwa na punishment. Unatoa ng'ombe sasa a heifer. Basically kiba a heifer. Ya kuomba msamaha.
Nimesikia.
Soften the hearts of the
ground.
And then now wazee now can sit and talk and negotiate and stuff like that. That was a way of life. I don't have a problem with that then, because that is the way, that is our Africanness, you know. What I have had a problem with, the whole one-sided nature of transaction of it. You see, the reason why you're talking about domestic violence then, I'm just trying to build a context. So the reason why our men were violent to our women back then, and our women did not have a right to go back to where they came from, because mzee nilipeana ng'ombe huwezi na ukirudi kwenu your dad and your mom tells you ng'ombe zililetwa. Unanipata? So hiyo ilikuwa inapatia power mwanaume kufanya anything that he wanted to do with the lady. Na the lady naye anajua she's disempowered. Now she doesn't have a choice other than submit na kunini mbele ya ucha. Unaelewa? Na si submission ya Bible. Yaani
ni ile
hauna option. Uwezi rudi kwenu na uwezi nini. Na in fact ukitoka uende ukae peke yako, you are a mockery to society. You understand?
Yeah.
So that is for me, mimi naangalia hapo sana and I'm like that was a flaw, right? Hiyo ni flaw moja that we need to talk about.
Yeah.
Then we come tukakuja mdema akakuwa empowered nini anaenda shule. You remember those days, women kazi yao ilikuwa ni kuolewa, madema olewe ni kifika 12 years 13 nianza kumea tu boobs kidogo. Wewe enda. Unaelewa? Now with time kukakuwa na girl empowerment, akasoma, akaanza kupata do, nini kupata job. Now she's Miss Independent. Also we call it. Still vitu zili change for the culture. I'm empowered, nini ako fit. But somehow vitu hazija change for the boy child. We still expect that traditional practice ya kitambo yenye tunaamini kama maboy bado function sahi, yet we were so quick in empowering the girl child, lakini kwa hizi vitu zingine bado tubaki it's our way of life, and yet it is not our way of life to keep the msichana akiwa huko chini kufinyiliwa. I'm just like, yo, that's some nonsense you are throwing to my face. As in, when I try to analyze this whole thing, I make sense.
The thing is this: are you against paying dowry in its totality, or you're saying, I don't know, the law should be revised?
I am against paying dowry
completely. Okay.
Throw it out of the window.
What
something that has been overtaken by friends.
Okay. I'm going to beg to disagree with you. Yeah.
So
because we're saying the initial purpose of dowry was a token of appreciation. Let's even speak in the context of Kalenjin's first of all.
What he said.
So
To show provision.
To show provision.
You can provide for the boy.
Okay, so now I think his problem is here. Let's go back to the root of what dowry was from the beginning. Yeah, like you're saying, they used to go hunting and gathering and all those things, and then they showed that they could, cattle rustling, and they showed that I can take care of your girl. Let's go back to that, because what we are all trying to achieve with this whole dowry thing is the fact that I'm saying thank you for your daughter, and the parents are saying, okay, we can now entrust our daughter into your hands. So whether she is
Who says thank you to the boy child? Who says thank you?
Thank you for taking care of this young man.
Let me just it's okay, I have power in me to deal with both of you. So let me just flip it like this. Am I the one who's coming to marry you? You're the one who's coming to marry me. It's not me that's coming to marry
you. No, we are getting married.
We're getting married.
Yeah, we're getting married, but let me just ask, since when did the lion start? Since when did the gazelle start chasing the lion? It's me lion.
It's more of a lion.
And we've been told since the beginning, even in the Bible, the man is the one who likes to hunt, he likes to chase, he likes to do all those things, yeah? So initially, because the man is the priest, because the man is the leader of the family, si wewe ndio unafanya, wewe ndio unapeana mwelekezo, wewe ndio unasema, now I want us to get married. Now I want to go and tell your parents that you're the woman of my dreams and I want to spend the rest of my life with. So here is a thank you for your, the thing that I don't like about what people have turned this dowry issue into it's like you're buying a woman or you're buying your
But
woman.
you are.
You're
Let me
not.
ask you, Chebet,
You're
before you
not.
come in.
This is the thing we're trying to keep. You're not buying anyone.
Allow me to ask.
You will never be able to buy anyone. You cannot buy anyone.
Allow me.
Neither can you sell.
Okay, allow me.
Mhm.
What is buying and selling to you? Ni break down elements that are involved.
Economics on one.
I've given money or whatever it is in exchange of whatever I wanted. Now you cannot say
Hold up. You know we have some water here.
Tuko hapa na
Courtesy
maji.
of Sunshine Hotel. Yeah?
And we can do a trade with this.
Yes. Sasa, sorry. Hii ni maji. This water here, in order for you to access it,
You need to pay something.
You need to pay something.
Or give something.
Because these are products, right? This is a product. There is a need for you. You're gonna need your queue. In order for you to meet that need your queue, you have to get into your pocket, chuck some money so that I can give you this. I get my money. Alafu, whatever you do with it, I have zero power. Ushani. So that is buying and selling. How is this different from this is a lady, right? Wewe unataka kuoa, si ndio? You want to have a woman for yourself that you call your wife. This is a lady. In order for you to have this lady, now you can't have. You see, you can't have this lady unless you do this transaction. So toa ng'ombe, toa pesa. There's an element of price to it.
Okay.
You understand? I'm going to finish.
Okay.
So that once you have paid this price, then now you can
Have
get
it.
sushi. You can have it to sanitize. Sanitize. And then whatever now you do, I have zero influence control over. Now it is with you. Ukitaka kukunywa kidogo ama ukitaka kununio
Kumwaga.
it's up to ama ukitaka kumwaga ama you want to give it to somebody else, it's up to you. Unaelewa? Try to explain to me how this whole thing is different from now.
Okay, what I can say about this is that like you're saying, we are trying to get rid of the toxicity that is attached to the value of the entire dowry. Yeah? It's not that we're trying to number one get like completely done with this dowry issue, or that we are trying to say don't pay or don't do. It's just the toxic part of turning this into a business of a drama. What's it called? Making it overly dramatic, yeah. That's the thing that we are trying to get rid of, yeah. We are not trying to disagree that things have changed for the girl child. What's happening with the boy child? It's not that. It's the toxicity part that is our problem, basically. That I've seen.
Mine was questioning the analogy we're using about the lawns and the gazelles. It's more like lawns and lionesses. If we could put it literally in the jungle, it takes another conversation in itself. But what I'd say, I'd stand with Zion here. I think what we have to do is poke holes in the curtain itself. As in, yes, it changed for the girl child. It's supposed to change for the boy child too. If the guy is paying dowry, both of us are getting married. Lipa tufanye pamoja wote. Like I'm for this is my own opinion. Like both of us are getting married. Nimechajiwa ng'ombe mbili. Ndio moja. It's a partnership you and I coming together. In my own opinion. Yes, at the end of the day, the parents will get their token of appreciation. At the end of the day, parents will get their token of appreciation. So both parties can come in together. And it's not bad for both parties to come in together. I mean, in my own opinion. Or is it true?
This is interesting. I'll not speak for the boy child because clearly I'm not
I'm
not a boy child.
Represent for the girl child.
The reason you guys are arguing according to modern times, culture change and all of that, yeah? You're saying since things have changed for the girl child, she's become empowered and nini. So in my opinion, I think that guys have also become empowered. You can't say it's just the girl child. Even you guys, you've become more learned. It's not like do you and your fathers think the same? Do you operate in the same manner?
No, let me.
Do you operate in the same manner?
The thing is, boys used to go and I know during the time of my parents, even for my grandparents, the man was allowed to go to school. The man was allowed to go to whatever lengths.
They still do that right now in even
Yeah, it is happening. The same is happening. We as men, we are allowed to pursue our. In fact, we're supposed to be pursuing our dreams because you know what? There's dowry to be paid, and you're supposed to take care of your family. Now you need to work towards, So there's a lot of emphasis on family and the responsibility of man in making that happen. For women, I remember even for my mom, she really had. I think my grandmother had to just, stand on her ground and ensure that her daughter had a soma. But my grandfather was like, what for? I'm thinking in fact you're delaying my cows. You understand? That has changed for the girl child. But for the boy child, ni vile to
You guys don't go hunting nowadays.
No.
You go hunting in different ways. You go to work. You so now, I'm not going to say that I'm in support of dowry being shared. Although I've heard of, let me just jump in with a new thing. I've heard of how women wanasaidia the guy to akiona amefinywa sana. So I think what we're trying to bring out in this whole thing, it's not wewe ndo unafaa kunilipia. I'm the prize here to be won. Yeah, of course. I'm the prize to be won, yeah? But what we're trying to say is that these are two people who want to start a life together. Why are we doing like this? Why are we're not, nobody should be squeezed, should be yani. So even now the problem with ikusaidia the guy, again, problems are always arising from issues, yeah. So
when the issue tatokea, the lady will be like,
the thing I've had with people, the issues that have been brought up with this musaada hii mkono, is that the guy will not know the value of kunini. It's not about money. It's not about money here or the cows. It's about the value. The value here. The value is what I'm trying to stress.
So what is the value of the guy?
We're saying,
why are you putting emphasis on the value of the
listen, by proving yourself that you can take care of this lady, that is your value. In that moment there, that is your value. That you are the man, you are the leader, you will take care of this family. That is your value. Hapo sasa ndo sasa una come in with your value.
Yes, even toxicity hiyo. Feminism toxicity ndio hiyo.
Masculine toxicity. Unapata ati as a man, I'm not supposed to do this. That's what you are telling yourself, but in real sense you're killing yourself and you're taking away so much. But anyway, I hear your point. I think I get happy. The point is you as a man, life is about responsibility. And as men, we for real, to got a responsibility to ensure that our families are tight, especially if we decide to have a family. I think at this point in our time, the family you can decide, me, I ain't doing that.
Life of the party.
Yes. Me, my life is just about partying and traveling.
People have become very irresponsible.
Yeah. No, I feel like people are free.
Oh yeah, okay. There's that aspect for sure.
There's an element of freedom.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
And get old. In fact, really, cremate me. I mean, there are that options. It was never there in Africa. Setting right now. But if you decide to have a family as a guy, the expectations. And we were never meant to live in isolation. We were never meant to live in whatever we are supposed to be in a society, right? So since we are in a society, lazima to coexist. To coexist, these are the standards. And these standards is now what we are questioning. You understand? The standards that we are questioning because it's not working for you. It's very toxic in nature. It takes away so much from women. Hata tukisema let's keep down. Nani alisema it has to be the guy that pays the dowry? Mbona isiko ni mdende?
I'll
go
back. Let me take that. I'll go back to your point. You said we live in a society, and society is governed by the standards. The standards that society set since time immemorial.
This is
the guys that pay dowry.
Yes.
Since time immemorial.
Now, here's the thing about culture and systems.
It takes time.
Hey, before you you change that. Before you want your way to work, it will take centuries and centuries and centuries.
Viva!
Systems and cultures are not just changed just because we're living in the modern times, or no. Things don't play by your rules, they play according to the way things are, and they change, and they
normalized averages.
That's the word.
That is what Mr. Vosi uses. It's like normalized averages. What if man said to me, I don't want to be average. Me, I want to go for
to be special and to be.
I want to be, have this massive.
If you want to be that, you will still remember that you live in a. You can't do that by yourself. Yeah, you live in a society, and you live in a culture of people that have normalized, like you're saying, some things. So before their mindsets are shifted and changed towards, let's share dowry, or let the girl pay, or that's going to take forever. And
okay, let me ask you a bit. In this case, in your case, will you be okay? You just want to get. In fact, the reason why you want to do this is because you want to honor your parents. You want to honor your parents because where is it talking to you, Charlie afike hapo aitishwe mavitu alafu baadaye anakuja anakuambia naona sasa ile mama yote ya kupanga ile wedding baya because now ABCD nimeitishwa na at least kuna bare minimum na mimi yes unajua kunaenda. What would you do in that scenario? I mean, the main question I'm basically asking is, are you okay wewe kutotoka kwenu unless dowry is paid? Ama you are willing to wazazi wajipange tutalipa baadaye?
Okay, so there's two sides of this. First of all, we want to, there's a way culture works, yeah? We're living in a society, and in order to be civil, say civil, you're saying it's not exactly to honor or dishonor our parents. It has nothing to do with that. Yeah, it's just because we live in a society, we live in a culture, there's a way things are done. We just, like I was telling you, we just don't do things the way we feel like. Yeah? So because of that, we choose to fulfill that part. Yeah? But the thing that I'm trying to say is this. This guy and I, we love each other. We want to start a life. Now, what we are against and what I'm against ni kufinywa. Kufinya the guy, now they're asking for 36 girls, asking for 200K. You get like, you know? Yeah, those kind of things. Yeah, for what? For what? These are people, why are you trying to finya these ones who've not even started life yet? Now already, ushaanza mfinya, no? You know? So, I wouldn't say that it's a parents mujisort, no? Because my parents live in a culture also, there's a way they've... So before we get out of that whole cultural vibe and then introduced into the modern times, it takes time. So we will fulfill the part of culture, yeah? But at the same time, remembering that we're just young people who are starting out life and not overexert ourselves just to prove a point to culture or society.
Exactly. Yeah. And you know what my problem is? This whole dowry thing, it is happening, and people are so, we are so deliberate in blinding our eyes to the context of what is happening right now. I was talking to my uncle the other day. I asked him, by the time you were my age,
Kimaisha.
Because I just sit and I'm like, maybe there's something wrong. Wacha niulize huyo mzazi, ulikuwa wapi ukiwa hii miaka yangu? Wewe ulikuwa mzee. I keep saying
you're all my friend.
Not tulikubali. But I don't look like it. I'm still 21. Anyway, the things my uncle told me, man, ili confirm context yenye na operate. Contexts have changed. Manze ulikuwa unamaliza form 4 hivi kama uko na letter kwa chief ama unaambiwa enda kwa chief ama unaambiwa pitia offices nini kuna funini fulani wase wanachukuliwa majob. You understand? I know a lot of guys that just immediately, like my old dad alimaliza form 4 kama amepata confirmation na kuwa mwalimu. Alienda college after 2-3 years of teaching. Now akiwa job already. Because kulikuwa na job opportunities. we were a young country, wazungu wameenda, now we need Africans to take up these jobs in this is what we were doing. So people got into jobs and they were able to hack it. Okay, you understand? Right now, Shangala Mawe, my friend, the government has decided it is going to traumatize young men left, right, and center by denying them opportunities. The society is not doing much to me. You know. So when it comes to giving an opportunity, we still have the same expectations for the bocha that my grandfather and my great ancestors used to have on their own time. Yes, we still have those expectations upon the bocha right now. As in, by the time we go 30 boss, tunafaa kwa tumeanza kuona direction. Unaelewa? We need to see maneno kashamba mahali, umeanza kujenga mahali. Context will change. We do not have job opportunities that were there. And even hata kama si job opportunity tunatafuta, probably unatafuta, you are into chasing your dreams and making your dreams something that is it's a source of revenue for you inakupatia some money. You see, if you want to be a musician, or you want to be a footballer, you want to be anything that you want to be, that's your dream. You want to play in the big leagues. To make that happen, by the time uko 21, 22, hizo dreams ukishafunga hivi umeziweka huko uliacha. Now you have to look for job opportunity. And still it is going to be trauma after trauma after trauma after trauma. Unaelewa? Carry that trauma into your relationship. Carry that trauma into your marriage. Carry that. As in, women to live like this, like anyway, that is what I call capitalist society. Cannibalistic capitalism. You are ukiamua kwenda direction ya your dreams.
Kuna mtu ataumia.
Trust you me, the kind of challenges you will face utakaa hivi and you'll be like by the end. Na hauna cheering squad at that time. When you're chasing your dreams, no one is cheering you and say, hey, you're going to make it. Z.
Kuna.
In fact, people will be like, hey, tell him, please warn him mapema. Now you leave that, you come and look for a job.
Because they say in Africa, you start pursuing those two dreams and they are not. Aziendani na wazazi ama aziendani na the way society is pesa. Unaambiwa wewe wacha kuota.
You're dreaming.
Wacha kuota, you are dreaming. Kuota asubuhi.
Mbali sana.
So
relationship tu. Sisi wa Kenya tuko wapi? Mtaachana tu.
It will end in premium tiers.
Mtaachana tu.
So even my mom was like, hizi vitu kaniambia inaingia hapa inatoka hapa. If your generation watu wanasoma, enda usome. Na si ati nikataa kusoma. Yeah, I mean, books, Now the thing is, you have denied those opportunities for a bocha. Alafu ikifika tu still kwa marriage na dowry anataka kunini, you decide to be blind. In fact, kidogo wazazi wako wanakuita angalia anakuanga kwao iko aje. Unaelewa? Ukisema ni kama
kuna mashida kidogo.
Unaambiwa I raised my daughter well. I did not expect you to lower those standards. Okay, they might bring out that message differently. But wako zile za choma yani haungepata tu chali tu vizuri. That is the whole message.
And they fail to understand that haungepata chali mzuri who has money and is loaded and yet anaenda kunyanyasa mtoi wako hadi amuue hata. They know that fact of this is a struggling guy but he's just struggling right now because he's still young and maisha ni ngumu bado, but he's chatting his life
all of a sudden, and then I have a problem. You might even realize it is probably your dad. Uncles, those
actually when we're still in this dowry what makes me I don't know how to say, it triggers me. Utapata kwa gate siku ya harusi, your mother mwenye alikuwa peke yako akikungangania na mashida zote kwa dunia
chungu yote,
you could not call an auntie to say
by the way
maisha ni kubaya,
tetemesha
so peke yake
mpesa
yangu itetemeke. Huyo auntie amjolana 10 years, amjolana 20 years, now you're from uni ama umetoka America umetoka wapi, uko na gari, a guy who's been supporting you, a guy they have no idea, they don't even know him, they don't know mashida mmekuwa nazo nyinyi wawili. Those are the aunties who are standing at the door.
Wanaimba, hawezi fungua mpaka.
Atufungui mpaka 10k ipitishwe. Kuna 20k ya sufuria. Kuna 30k ya leso. Sijui kuna nini.
Kuna kiberiti.
Let me tell you that part of nonsensical negotiations and that part there. We are saying we've become modern and all these things. That part right there.
You have to understand.
Really agitates me. Yani just
unasikianga tu
truth be told. Let me tell you what's happening.
Those uncles, those ones. That part, you know, we're not against that part of valuing people and appreciating the parents. The parents, I did not say the uncles and the aunties and sijui people who are not even relevant. We don't even know who you are. You've never even supported us. We don't even know who you are. Those are the ones who are coming to
play the
sit.
devil's advocate about it.
Okay, so advocate.
Why don't we play the devil's advocate about it? You guys keep on saying society, and you realize one thing: the African culture itself is based on one thing: communal.
So we are a socialist society. Communalism.
Tuko sisi communist society, but kipesa ni capitalism.
But okay, so
but what I was trying to say is yes, it's a community itself. That's the same way in which your uncle, ukiwa mdogo una mess up, your uncle can beat you up.
Yeah,
ndio hiyo, si ndio? Wako entitled, ndio hiyo. You see the same way.
Not anymore, but okay.
Not anymore, so like that's what I'm saying. But ukiwa dogo, you might not know the input uliweka. It might not be tangible at that moment or a moment when life was hard at your end. As much as they might have money or profit, you might not know what
okay, kuna hiyo
support. There's something I'm very extended family support. But point to is as in if there's one thing Kalenjins are good at, or African cultures, if there's one thing Kalenjins and African cultures are good at, is entitlement to kids, especially extended family. Like if mtoto ameenda university, ni mtoto wetu ameenda university. If mtoto anaolewa, si mtoto
akikuwa mwizi.
Ndio hiyo sasa. Success iko na many hiyo, success iko na many, but failure. One thing I was telling my sister is like success has many fathers, but failure iko na many mothers. So community inapenda success. Failure a community ipendi. Now if they wamekujiwa, the community itself wanna feel like entitled to this person. Hiyo entitlement ndio colleges tunafaa tutoe. But pia mimi nikasilisha vibaya sana.
And not just colleges, yani just basically so many societies.
But you say entitlement, we really have to understand again context. Sisi when our time will come, believe me, as to kwa hivyo.
Things are changing progressively.
But now because tuko naye hapa hivi, we will try and address it, but then we have to understand saying title. There's nothing you do about it.
Yeah, apart from understanding and finding your way
around it.
Yeah.
But actually, let me tell you,
I like that.
The best one I saw was this one. It was back at home. So this guy is after the church service. There was no gown, there was no nothing. Immediately after service was someone. The witness your God, the witness your what's it. Done. I was impressed.
This is what I'm for. This is what I'm here for.
Sign me up. Good idea.
Anyway. You see, all this unnecessary pressure, all these decorations. Sijui, how people are killing themselves. How people are dying of depression. Sijui what? Out of things that are very unnecessary.
What wanachukua loan kulipa bribe?
People who don't even have, they have a small cage and they're staying in. Sijui 20k. You're forcing them to remove 100k. Which is where? No, I'm just giving an example.
Clearly not level.
Uni wa dynasty.
This is Mahasla generation.
Anyway, let's go back. On angle introduce. What is the role of church? Ama religious institution in shaping the culture of the society? Because I feel like those institutions wako na role nyingine fit sana in terms of influencing na liberate minds ourselves.
Yeah.
But funny enough
They don't.
unapata they don't do much. Kuna wenye wana try.
Can I jump into that one?
Yes, please.
So and we have to understand one thing. And so there's a pastor to extreme man. So we should know one thing. I stand for this myself and the Christians themselves on our governor scripture itself. The scripture in our sole authority, not culture itself. But the problem we have in the present generation is that the culture influence what the Bible says. So when you say submission, sorry, I'm digressing, but sorry for digressing. When you say submission, submission and tamkuwa nini? Nyanyasa bibi, chapa bibi, fanya nini. And then the culture forgets one thing: love. Husbands love. This the way church love. The way Christ loved the church, the husband should love. Isn't a business out. So what I'm trying to say is, so let me create a context. I'm sorry to be long one. So when the British walikuja sindi walikam katufunza culture sindi. So I'm sorry. So when the British came, walikuja katufunza culture na Christianity sindi. But when they left, even before the British came kulikuwa na hiyo African culture in itself. So in the African culture to Christianity. So when the British left, so a small vacuum itself. So now making sense of Christianity, so I can open up the African context. So now let us borrow this, let us take this, so in our pursuing fusing it. But all through culture itself, the Christianity itself enough to stand out from the culture. It's not supposed to borrow from the culture, it's supposed to add on to the culture. Okay. To show a different kind of setting. That's how Christianity is supposed to be.
Okay. Sawa, the role of a religious institution. I think umeweka vizuri. Unapata, guys really listen to religious leaders. If they speak very strongly about a certain point, but I'm loving the fact that at least manze we are seeing the sense in updating some of these things and finding out. In fact, wacha nikaa vizuri. So that I say this point. These are two young guys that are coming together to start life. One answer to from scratch. At the day, let's tell the mainstream story. Kuna dem ametoka tu maisha ya chini na pia chali ametoka maisha. That is a mainstream story. It's not every day that you bump into a chick mwenye amezaliwa sijui Runda. Motaiga Karen ama in the context of Kericho. Tuseme Kericho ni wapi?
Kuna place. Ngoja kuna zaidi ya
Midwest. Wale minishi Midwest. Sawa. And then KP huko Mamoge juko. Baby. Alafu kuna place nyingine ukienda huko karibu na Jerry mbele hivi. Unaangalia kuna makeja zingine zimetokea hapo. Huko ndio Runda sasa. Umesahau Brook. Brook pia
kuna Runda fulani ukielekea hivi home na
tell you man.
Watu ni hapo. That's a story. Transformer ile blow. In the next force, KP alikuwa shari Chris.
Immediately pap wadosi manze. Nyinyi kwingine ukikiblo hata kama ni kasanta kenu katao.
Mtacharaza wiki mbili.
Anyway, it is not every day that you find such people. You need like 0.something% of
but they are there still.
Wase wana struggles. Kidogo it could be uko chini sana ama hapo katikati, but the truth of the matter is wanangangana, financially this is a struggle. These two people are coming together to start life. I strongly believe we need to make it a culture that the parents of both should, instead of taking from one let familia msichana na familia kijana washikane, walete kama ni kutoa shamba, kama ni kusema nini ama just support them in any way and
give it to
them. They just come wao wawili kama wazazi to just come and bless, to just come and guide and mentor and just and just establishing that relationship.
Okay, I like what you're saying.
Kidogo. Sorry. One, I'll let you know to come in.
Right.
Once this is done, I'm not taking away the rule. For the guy to say thank you. At least I have someone I'm no longer alone. And I'm not taking away that can be me room for the lady to say, I found my mom. Thank you. Please, by all means. But let's invest in them, these two. So that now, waki grow and they establish themselves, if in their heart they find it, nice, and just need to go back and say thank you, then let them do that. To both parents. If that becomes a culture for me, that is what I really believe needs to happen. If then that becomes the mainstream culture, the mainstream story of how things are done, then we will get rid of all this toxic whatever and this one-sidedness kind of, I'm done.
I think okay, to first start with the religious side and religious institutions, most of the time I've read something about Jesus and culture, yeah. So much as there's the religious side of it or the biblical side of it, yeah. Speaking as a Christian, again, you cannot come and force Jesus and his way and his words onto people. You first take their culture and you study it and you live in it, or you try to understand it. You even become part of it. First of all, if you want to bring what the biblical side of it, yeah, if you want to introduce what the Bible says about dowry, about just everything, marriage and all those things, and then you bring this and you introduce this after knowing what this culture is all about. So because this is still a process of marrying these two together, things are still like he's saying, the Bible, yes, informs whichever religion informs how people relate to God, or how God relates to people and stuff, but also again how people relate to each other. Traditions and cultures that were founded so many centuries ago are still running up to date. So these two, yes, one is informing the other, but it's a very slow, delicate process, yeah, to just get to say, oh, so this is the toxic side of culture, so this is what we need to erase, get done with it, yeah. So we are doing that, and then also education, technology, all these things are informing culture, you see. So it's so many things coming together to inform one another. So before they get common ground, it will take so many years, yeah. So before that happens, and it's happening right now, you see, things have changed. It's not, you no longer take lions or things things have changed. In fact, these days, in place of mang'ombe na cows, exactly, nowadays it's, because you get, nowadays they can now accept cash. You see, things are changing, yeah. So things will change eventually. Things will really change because we are still seeing things evolve, things change, things, So for that part that we're still living in a certain culture and this is the way they do things, we do as we are living in that culture. So we must find a way to survive in that culture as we make the changes that we deem necessary.
Yes,
that's what.
And that is where the place of conversation comes in. That we need to be loud and speak about this thing boldly. Like for example, for me, I have a problem with cash economy. I feel like the moment you go cash economy and anybody in this whole thing, it becomes money has a way of just changing people. You understand? But if we start with value,
with the value part,
yes, let's stick with the value part. And sometimes value is just out of this world. You cannot price it. You cannot price on it. You understand? If we stick with value, then we'll be, I'm down.
But for something to have value, it means you have paid a huge price. It's not the money part. It means you have, you've made a huge sacrifice. Like now, for example, if you say in terms of a relationship, for a relationship to stick and to be what a good relationship is, it means these two people have made massive sacrifices. Exactly. Yeah.
That's true. Value cuts it for me. Before I say it, anything you wanna say, bro? Come in, bro. Tulia kidogo leo.
Leo nimetulia. It's out of my wheelhouse kidogo, but I'm trying to chip in kidogo. But anyway, I want to reiterate a few things on what you said, changing culture. Picking up on some example. Sorry for. I'm a Christian, so I always run to the Bible immediately. Yeah, when you say studying the culture and everything, point an example of Paul. See, when he was going to evangelize to the church of Corinth, those people were so, the people had so many gods, so then he saw an opening.
I need you to raise your voice.
Oh, sorry. So when he was evangelizing to the church of Corinth, those people had so many gods. So he saw an opening, and the opening was, let me teach you about this God whom you don't know, because they had an altar and a known God. So then he saw an opening. He studied their culture, and then he quotes the poets of their culture. He quotes everything.
So he was relevant.
He was relevant at that time. So like that's a challenge for us, even to us. We call ourselves a Christian. Yes, it's good for us to study culture, and then knowing the infusion of culture and Christianity. For Christianity, knowing the culture for Christianity and culture, how they intersect, and like you said, what we can remove, what we can mean, but of prime importance for us is the scriptures. So the scriptures are to govern how we are to live, how we are to react, even in terms of dowry, in terms of meaning. That's my 10 cents. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I think we have come to some form of it's time to wrap up. Yeah. But by the way, manze, kuna watu they are doing their best. Me ningependa kushout to all wazai. You know, there are some old men, they literally call the young man kando. After uncles wamesema tunataka, they call the young man kando and says, young man, kuna ina, go get them and bring them. You understand? Like there are some old men that do that. And for me, I big up such people.
Yeah.
I mean, such men, such parents that go out of their way to just support and ensure that they are giving room and opportunity for young guys to just, to have some sort of an party
massive respect.
Massive respect.
Yeah.
And also manners.
I'll speak for that. Thank you guys.
Okay, sawa. Sema.
Because I've got to spend time with my aunties and the moms, yeah? You guys have already said the fathers, you give a big shout out.
Yeah.
to the wazayas who tell the guy, young man, kijana, kuja kando. Instead of going to embarrass him before the uncles, kijana lazima tuone kitu atakuja kutuambia. You know, it's not benefiting the young man and your daughter, you know. But now, to the mothers are the backbone of the society.
Oh.
They're the ones who go and tell their father, hey, musifinye huyu. The aunties, they are going to tell the uncles, don't go and grill this guy. Don't ask him too many questions. He's just a young man. It's not like he knows. Yeah, it's not like he's lived in this society and he's married and he's done everything. You know, they're the ones who go and use their power, their energy, and all the power they have in this world, and go and tell the fathers, cheza chini. Usicheze kama wewe. Cheza chini cheza. Because if the fathers are supposed to cheza kama hao, ni kubaya.
Boy atafurahi.
It's bad for you, my brothers. Moto itawaka ni mbaya. So the mothers are the ones who go and say, and then they tell the girl, I've been told of a story of how, the father come and say, I don't want the fathers are also, I don't want to see this guy with you. I don't want this guy to marry you. I don't want to ever see him near you. And then the mom will, of course, pretend to side with the father and say, listen to your father. So the moms and their power. And they come and tell you, so this is the problem that your father has with this guy. Tell this guy not to speak so much when he's around your uncles, or tell him not to dress like this when he's around you see. So a huge shout out to moms, to aunties, because they are the ones who do the biggest part of this entire job. The ones who go and say, hey, umetisha ng'ombe 24. You are the guy now has they can only afford 19 cows or 18 cows, So the guy, of course, the man and his fatherly nini atakuja katai na aseme no. But then with that soft spoken, the mommies and the aunties, they go and really plead for your case, and then they all come to wanakuja to an agreement. Yeah. So we really respect our parents when they're not trying to be. Your children already have a choice kutoroka.
Yeah,
they have a choice to clear. You will never see them, but they'll go and get their 5 children, go to the get married there, and start their lives kind of banner. But now because they're choosing to play this, to involve you, to make you a part of their journey, their story.
Don't make it hard.
Don't make it hard. That's all I have to say. Don't make it hard.
Don't make it hard.
Yeah, don't make it hard.
And as for me, man, say me too, scrap the whole Dowry thing, man. They throw it out of the window. Let's
build a new culture.
Yeah, let's build a new culture. We cannot just be living in that. Let's build a new culture. You know, bring in and give to these people. Same as later on, it's up to them.
I think before we go to your final thoughts, I think what we're trying to tell the people who are watching this is that these are our thoughts.
Yes.
Yeah. This is
Opinions.
our perspective. These are our opinions. Yeah. This is not what we are saying the society looks like. You know, we're just giving our different experiences of what we think, especially because we are young people. So it's not like we've sat on the other side of being parents and being uncles. Tutafika huko siku moja, and we will talk about that when we get there and see if we will still be of the same view, you know. And that time is coming.
This is the deal.
Yeah. So I don't know, Abu, what's your final say about this entire?
So I stand with him kidogo. I stand with him on that sense of throw it off the window, scrap it off totally. Yeah, but if it's an appreciation, I think we can find a way of doing it. We can find a way of appreciating the parents rather than totally torturing. I'm trying to look for words in English that really show
Financially emaciating this.
Thank you, man. Financially, in terms of pay, it's excruciating. So we should find a way, a balance in which both parties they get away properly happy and they're okay.
Yeah, very supported, man. Hey.
That's Abu's final
sentiment.
Yes.
Yeah, final take or final sentiments.
Mimi niko na one more.
You.
Najua nilikuwa nimemaliza nikisema scrap it, turushe kuja hivi, turushe jadi ipaka kufuata na kiberiti choma
foundation, bomoa kila kitu.
You know, let's build a new healthy culture. But again, even if we go to appreciation and everything, manze wanasemaga tenda wewe ndani zako. Si ndio umelea msichana amekuwa umelea kijana amekuwa nini? Kijana akiamua kunini, please bless them and let them be. Instead of now expecting unafuata msichana kijana ataleta nini. If it is appreciation, manze, let it be up to the guys, the two, to see what they got. Lakini ukikaa kama mzazi unangoja na asipo hiyo nini sipofika haujaitisha lakini you are expecting it, you know. And then if you don't get, now you begin to throw in some words that sounds like you're cursing them. Yes, please chana nayo.
Okay, my final take is this. I disagree with this two very fine young men that we should do away with dowry. Absolutely not. Okay. But I agree with you on the fact that we should change this narrative into a healthy narrative. Yeah? I'm not saying let's do away with the fact that we are coming to, you know, in the way we live in a society, norms and these cultures and all those things, the rules and the structures that exist are supposed to be healthy in a way that help us to relate with one another in very civilized ways and to thrive as people, yeah? But they should not be done away with because humanity will start being crazy, yeah? Like, oh yeah, now you can do whatever you want to do and you can. No, these things exist to give us a form of guidance, yeah? Si kutunyanyasa or to make us slaves of anything, that's what we're trying to get rid of, yeah? But the fact that they should exist in a healthy manner, that is what I'm here for. This is what I'm here for.
That's what you represent.
Yes.
Rusha kwa njia dirisha. Throw them. Anyway, guys can actually join this conversation. Right?
Yeah, for sure. So,
like, you know, they can do the comments and whatever. I mean,
yes.
I'm unafikiria. Just we can interact more.
They should tell us what they think. If they agreed with us, if they thought we were completely off. Yeah. So let us know what you thought about this discussion, what you think dowry is, or what you know, what's your experience with dowry generally. Yeah. This whole conversation. Yeah.
And remember to like and share.
Share, subscribe YouTube, kama ni Facebook, please share. Also.
Yes.
Share it.
Take us home. tupeleke nyumbani chelewe.
Guys, asanteni sana kwa kuwatch.
Yes.
Tumeshukuru sana. Thanks for tuning in and keep it urban Kale.
Manze.
See you here next time.
Same time,
Same
same place.
place, same kila kitu.
Oh, ngoja.
Except different clothes.
Different clothes. I'm talking about clothes. Shout out to Top Glam, man. Top Glam collections. Shout out to Lux Palace, you know, amazing stuff. In fact, kuna kanamba mahali kanatembea hapo. Please wapitie. Au sio? Thank you Sunshine Hotel for coming through and giving us this amazing location. Thank you manze to H2 videos. H2 videos manze. Hilary.
Best camera.
The best video director in town. Check him out guys, check out his work nini. Nayo kabisa. Check him out. Check H2 videos out. Asante, it's a wrap guys. Let's go. Twende. Bye.